Andy Katz here for NCAA Digital and March Madness Men's Basketball with my picks to win each of the 32 men's basketball conferences this season. Let's start in the America East. Vermont. John Becker consistently has a winner in the America East. I'm going with the Catamounts. In the American, Houston. They're a Final Four caliber team, so they got to be the pick in the AAC. In the ACC, North Carolina. They competed for the national championship down to the last game last season. I say they're the pick to win the ACC. In the Atlantic Sun, Liberty. Richie McKay's done an outstanding job with the Flames. They're the team to beat in the A-Sun. In the A-10, Dayton. Anthony Grant has a really, really good team. Not as good as a couple years ago, but a team that can win the A-10 this season. In the Big East, Xavier. I know Creighton was the pick in the preseason by the Big East, but I'm going with the Musketeers, pick second, to win the Big East. In the Big Sky, Montana State. The Bobcats have a great chance to win the league in consecutive seasons. In the Big South, UNC Asheville. Really like that Drew Pember's return means that Asheville has a Player of the Year candidate. In the Big Ten, Indiana. They got the most returning. They got the Player of the Year in Trace Jackson Davis. I'm going with the Hoosiers to win the Big Ten. In the Big 12, thought about TCU, but I'm going with Kansas because they won it last year in terms of the national championship. You still have to unseat them in that league. Certainly could be Baylor and Texas or TCU, but I'm going with Kansas. In the Big West, Hawaii to upset UCSB to win the Big West. In the Colonial Athletic Association, Towson, Pat Scarry, has a really good team. In Conference USA, UAB, Jordan Jelly Walker, and no question about it, Andy Kennedy, back at his alma mater. He could win the league title. In the Horizon, Purdue, Fort Wayne. My pick, 4 starters back, the 21-win team. The Mastodons are the pick in the Horizon. In the Ivy, Princeton. They won the regular season title last season. I say they do it again. And the Ivy League tournament is at Princeton. In the MAC, that's the MAC with 2 A's. I'm going with Iona. Rick Pitino is dominating the MAC like no other. Iona wins the MAC. In the MAC with 1 A, Akron. I love the way John Gross has built that program. The Zips played really well in the NCAA tournament. Didn't win, but played well. I'm going with Akron. In the MEAC, Norfolk State yet again. They are starting to dominate this league. In the Valley, Drake, Tucker DeVries, son of Darren DeVries. Drake is my pick in the Valley. In the Mountain West, Wyoming to upset St. Diego State. Graham Ike, Hunter Maldonado. I like the Pokes over the Aztecs. In the Northeast, Sacred Heart. League's wide open, so why not? In the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Martin. KJ Simon should be the Player of the Year and lead UT Martin to the OVC, which, by the way, does not have Belmont and Murray State anymore. They're in the Valley. In the Pac-12, UCLA. The Bruins have a team that can win the national championship, so they're my pick to win the Pac-12. In the Patriot, got a little bit of an upset pick here. BU. Joe Jones leading BU over Colgate and potentially Lehigh to win the Patriot. In the SEC, could have gone a lot of different directions. Could go Arkansas, Alabama, Auburn, Florida. I'm going with Kentucky. Oscar Tshiebwe, reigning National Player of the Year, Savvy Wheeler, a lot of other great pieces, Kentucky. In the Southern, Furman. The Paladins have a great chance to unseat Chattanooga in the Southern. In the Southland, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. I love the way the Islanders have all come together. In the SWAC, Texas Southern. Johnny Jones has done a great job building that program. They are a winner down in the SWAC. In the Summit, Oral Roberts. Yes, Baylor Shireman's left for Creighton. Max Asmith is back at ORU. I like Oral Roberts. In the Sun Belt, James Madison. In its first season in the Sun Belt after coming from the Colonial, I say JMU wins the Sun Belt. In the WCC, of course, it is Gonzaga yet again. They have a team that can win the national championship. Certainly they can win the West Coast Conference. And in the WAC, New Mexico State. New coach, doesn't matter. The Aggies are the team to beat in the WAC.